Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It's your boy Izlogic.business welcoming you to this week's Anarchy analysis matchup. Today we're covering Mad and Schalke 04. This is do or die for both teams. Mad win this, they're in the tiebreak with Rogue for the world spot. SO4 win this, the miracle run is complete. They've won their last 7 games on the trot, and this would mean so much as Mad are on blue side, Schalke on red side. Let us jump into Champion Select, as this game has a lot on line for both teams, so don't expect any mean picks for the last game for these two teams in the regular split. As it is the first band to talk about here, it's a very strong blind combination. Both mid-laners do play. Abadage is more known at the moment for his Zoe, being one of the only two people to win on champion in the regular split. Sona is a Schalke band, which is obviously tied towards Kaz and Kaiser, who have been nominated to the regular split. Neil, obviously the big Mac combo works well. It's something that's been about by Schalke as well, but Mad here. And Senna obviously is a very Kazi Minion, but looking at the Schalke bands, Caitlyn and Brad, I mean, that is too strong bot lane. It's probably in S tier at least. Going down quite far into the actual takes what's available for the bot side, but looking for midway, Oriana, the Zoe, Secret all open. All blanket for realistically, but we are going to see Cliff, the first pick here for Mad. Kazi just camping out quite a lot. It is very good, and probably one of the best Calista players in the league is whipping out the champion here in Kazi. I like this Ezreal hover. Obviously, it's a very safe pick, and realistically would do well. There is other options, I guess, like the Ashe, which we are seeing locked in, but this is EU Ashe. EU Ashe has 0 wins in this up until this game, and it's 0 now. This is Schalke putting their playoffs on a champion that has not won in the LEC. I'd expect probably a safe option like the Tomaken and locked in alongside it, and there we go. Provides a lot more movability for this good team. And on the Madlions side, if anything is blocking this ball, I expect it to be a Khan, Blitz, Alistar maybe, all work quite well. Carrot is another option that would work. It doesn't come out too often. I would probably see focus towards the single here, as Olga is still open, and there we go, it is locked in. Then probably support now for Mad, but Olivet, very good work. Obviously providing a lot of harassment in the early game duels. He's very strong in them. He's got a lock up in his kick. He also is very good at diving over turrets with that ultimate. So it's a very strong early game build that can obviously work well in any team comp. And similarly with champions that work well in any team comp, it's the Bard. Obviously a lot of objective control comes from this champion, and a lot of engage lock up with that tempered fate means that this champion can provide so much for the team, having them needed. Now, Schalke though respond with a global loop for themselves in the Shen. Shen very good at getting out of his lane, harassing opponents, and obviously is a very strong split lane where you can split lane and essentially make it so that you have to respond to them, and then your team's and forces onto same objective, and you can just join in with his stand united. It's very good. Looking at the band so far, we're seeing Madlions target out the mid lane pool here. Obviously Kazi is a Gilius pick. It's worked out quite well. Still has got his Wani open. And there's also the Lee Sin, which is a big option for leader. GP and Ori are the bands from Schalke. GP blind pick top lane, very strong for weak side players. Something that Finn is known for. I'm doing this in Rogue right now. But Sejuani has been locked in for the god in that jungle and Julius. Obviously, it's a very strong champion in the current meta. It's going to be seeing a lot more picks, plus it's paired alongside the TK and the Shen, which also provides a lot of big map combo. And I love that lock-in for Schalke, and the glacial TF2 trait is in line with the Ashe. Now, Madlions lock in the Morg, which is actually needed. It deals so well with the Tom Kench with the Shen, because TK, if he gets caught out by the Morg and put into death round, essentially he cannot gobble up anyone on his team, and they're essentially going to be killed off regardless. More importantly, great into Shen, because if it's standing up, it has more to put step round on him. It cancels it, and it means that Shen does not get hit right, and he's falling into a very bad situation. Now, the last option for Madness phase is a little long. It provides a bit more well-roundedness to the team comp in terms of AP damage, as you've also got more for the AP damage. She wants more burst damage heavy, and realistically will provide some burst hits to the backline of the Schalke lineup, which realistically you've got the TK, you've got the Seg, and Shen, all strong, all frontlines, so realistically the box could be at the backside of the Schalke lineup to actually have some effectiveness. And what's more is the last pick up for Schalke is the Corki, and that is a great pick because it just allows so much repositioning with the Valkyrie attackers, so his hit essentially just get away from the boss rising down and poke death. Nonetheless, looking at these two team comps, there's a lot of poke on the Schalke side with a very strong frontline, and obviously a lot of switch potential, and the Madlions side has a lot of games and a lot of dive. This is Schalke versus Mad, do or die for both teams. We've got nothing to do as we jump into this game. So we load onto the Rift as we see Madlions are on blue. As stated, we need to look at the summon spells. Electrocute on the LeBlanc. It's going to be a very aggressive LeBlanc here for Mad. Press the attack volley bear, standard things. Conqueror Mord, very standard. Hail of Blaze, Callista, and then Guardian Bard. They're all very standard. I'm a bit surprised probably by the LeBlanc's Electrocute. You may see possibly a different summer spell there, maybe a Comet for a bit more aggression and poke. As for the Schalke side, Grasp of the Undying Shen, very standard. Obviously you're going to be trading quite heavily with the Mord, building up the health. Aftershock Sedge, very strong. Obviously you get a lot of use out of that because you've got two big stuns in your kit, as Sedge is starting on red side and probably looking to work her way down to this bot side map to get this Ashe Tom Kench ahead. Anyway, fleet footwork on the Corki, looking to keep himself sustained up against this LeBlanc, so I guess he was expecting maybe a Comet LeBlanc to obviously heal up the damage that's going to be put down by her. Plus you also get a lot of movement speed, so it's going to be a very aggressive Corki, I guess. As we see a bit of training in the mid-wave, and the Electrocute getting procced. But Ashe has got lethal tempo, so she's going to be looking to run you down and firing a lot of attacks in a quick succession with her kit. And Tom Kench is not going to be the Summoner Spellbook version, it's actually going to be the Guardian version, so he's going to be looking to protect that Ashe a bit more than actually looking, as we may see an early gank here towards mid-wave. But the Aberdage's Corki is just going to Valkyrie away, which actually is a bit of a surprise for him to go for that, but he's probably expected the level 3 gank in from volley there, because he hasn't gone for a Phosphorus Bomb, which is actually a surprise to me, but he'll probably take to level 3 quite soon. There we go, and he'll probably now just pick up the Phosphorus Bomb to clear out the wave a bit more easily. Anyway, topside map, Mordekaiser is being pushed off the wave as the chains aren't going to land in the mid wave. So LeBlanc isn't going to get her kill combo and probably force the summoner out of Corki there. But yeah, Shen in topside map does have a lot of push here because Romney does not want to go into this because of the fact that Shen does obviously have a bit more of an advantage in this topside matchup for the early game, purely down to how quickly he can clear the wave. So the Mordekaiser is just going to stand off the wave, let it push into his turret to give him a bit more safety, and realistically is going to play safe as TP is channeled and Corki is back to the mid wave after healing up and picking up for himself a cull. He is more than likely looking to farm up that mid wave and survive the LeBlanc's laning phase and get a lot of gold out from that cull. He's already starting to chunk away at that 100 minion kills, and it's going to get him a lot of gold. Bot side map, wouldn't expect a back realistically anytime soon till, say, either a pickaxe for either carry here. It is going to be Doran Shield Ashe, so she's actually expecting a lot of poke to come down from the Kalista with them Hail of Blades. So she's playing quite safe, obviously hanging back behind the wave, but she will get hit by the Q-Spears from Kalista if she kills the minions. So obviously she's trying to play it a bit more safely as Volibear and Sejuani, both shadowing the top side map. Obviously looking to maybe make a play here, but Omne is going to get caught here. He's hit by the taunt. Sedge and Volibear are going to show the Q from Volley. He's going to land on Sedge, forces the flash out, Chilling Smite as well. He's locking up the Volley, but the damage from the Mace down from Volibear is going to pick up the kill there, giving the kill over to Shadow, but Shen narrowly not going to kill the Volley. Will he go in though? He is not. He's just going to stay away as in mid-wave. Abadage may pick up the solo kill here as the chains from the LeBlanc is going to land, but LeBlanc's on the wrong side map here. She may be dead. There's the flash auto. Pretty easy for Abadage to kill off Humanoid there, but Humanoid, I don't know why he went back into that. He had the clone already popped, and all it was Corki Valkyrie forward, making it very easy for him to just burn up both the clone and the LeBlanc, giving over the kill. And because of that, the mid-wave gets pushed in. All their minions are going to be denied here, meaning that the LeBlanc is going to fall further behind. She is behind. No, she is ahead at this stage in CS, but obviously she lost maybe one or two. Obviously the cannon did tank up most of the turret damage, so realistically it wouldn't matter too much. That being said, we do see Shadow heading straight to this Cloud Drake because of the bot wave getting priority, and the mid wave for Schalke obviously reset. Abadage went back to base, picked up a pickaxe just because of that gold that he earned from the kill, so he took the reset and got the advantage. I guess Mad got the advantage out of it for knowing that they have the mid priority. Looking at top side as Shen TPs over to his turret, possibly see a dive here as Humanoid is roaming up towards this top side map, and Sedge though was spotted out, so she knows that the LeBlanc cannot exactly make that play without a Sedge responding. As we look at this bot side map, CS fairly even between the two laners. Obviously it is two relic shields on the supports, meaning that essentially there's not going to be any like spell thieves effects. They're just going to be all CSing realistically effectively whenever necessary. As we look at this top side, it's just a mace versus a sword, and the sword at the current stage is just getting the push in onto the Mordekaiser here, and he is essentially just able to kill these minions because Omne can just try and play this wave smartly as a good trade here for both mid lanes. As they both go below half HP, they are going to heal themselves up. LeBlanc's obviously got the corrupting potions, and the refillable are on the Corgi as topside. Shen is forced to dash away and use his Q to obviously get a bit of shielding. Obviously, in recent patches, that shield was buffed, and he does get a bit more health in his actual stats. Nonetheless, topside, we are seeing the bot laners switch up. Mad have the quicker advantage to getting there. Obviously, the Bard can use his magical journey to get them there. So this is more than likely going to be a Madlions Rift Herald. And I don't like this play coming out from the bot wave of Schalke because of the fact that Gilius put a ward into the Herald pit and they already spotted the Herald was taken. But it does mean that they are losing CS in the bot wave, and they could have realistically pushed in the minions into the bot wave turret and got the plates. But what's going to happen here is, because Shen hanged around in this topside map, it means that he's going to be losing CS in the bot wave, and Kalista and Bard are already at their tier 1 turret, meaning they're going to get push advantage yet again into that turret. And that does mean that they're going to get a bit more gold here over the Ashe and TK, who have actually got to the turret first. But you look on your minimap, Volibear is already down here. So is the Corki and Sedge for Schalke. And we could possibly see a fight as we look at this in a broad scale as Volley setting up a bit of vision in the jungle. He is going to try and clear that control ward, but obviously he may have spotted the Sedge there with his E, I don't know, but realistically, he has no presence in the Schalke bot wave jungle, so he's just going to walk up to maybe into the mid wave and look for a play there. But Volley may be caught out here as there is a engage here. The engage from Volley is going to turn off the turret, but he is caught out here. He dove straight into 5 members of Schalke. He's going to be locked up here. TK is going to spit back to Corki to safety, and that narrowly was going to be 2 kills, but Bard managed to escape. And Mad kind of went a bit too aggressive, realistically too far. Volibear obviously dove into the loving arms of all of Schalke, and that just essentially means, because the kill happens, Schalke get a lot of pressure in midwave as as Neon takes himself below half HP. Corki is trading quite heavily into Humanoid there, who does get chunked away and sent back to base. Anyway, let's watch this play again. So Shadow just comes over the wall as LeBlanc dives straight into the Corki, chains land. Ashe arrow misses narrowly as the LeBlanc sidesteps it, and then it's just a stand united from the Shen, keeping Corki alive. Then it's just TK spitting him back to safety, and because the Volibear gets stunned up and stun locked for such a long time with the Glacial Prism from Sedge, it essentially means that he's going to die, giving up his life for his greed. Anyway, Mana Mune has been picked up here for the Corki. It does mean that he is going to be stacking up that mana with his tools, obviously the tier getting upgraded, as Volibear is possibly looking to start this Mountain Drake, which would essentially mean second Drake into the arms of Mad. And as a whole, second Drake is quite a big thing for them because it puts them 2 away. They're halfway to Soul, and if they get this Drake and then getting the Drake after, they're on Soul Point. That essentially means that Schalke are going to have to contest an objective, something they haven't done at all this game, as Corki getting bursted down there by LeBlanc with her kit, and another uncontested Drake into the arms of Mad. They may not be winning in the kill tally, but they're definitely winning in the objectives. And as such, the Herald has been summoned. I don't know where it was dropped. It looks to have been dropped, possibly bot wave. Yes, it has. Let's see how many turret plates it's going to get. It's going to get this standard 2, global gold, obviously for jungler who dropped it. But looking at the Leeson gods, Gilius and Shadow. Gilius has 2 wins, 1 loss. Shadow has 6 wins, 2 losses. The KDAs favour Gilius, but obviously he's played less games. But as a whole, this game is very jungler heavy. Junglers set up the plays. Shadow so far with his plays have been caught out, and he has been spotted out on this play. Corki may be in danger though, but they're just going to walk away here. Obviously, the Hawkshot will have spotted the extra members from Mad, but Schalke is still looking to, well, Gilius is, Shadow is still looking to make this play as he dives in, turns the turret off. He has locked up the Corki, but Tom Kench uses the Abyssal Voyage, takes him back, and there's the magical journey, taking him back to safety. Obviously, the play did not work out, and no summons were burnt from either team. Just the TK ult for the volley back ult. As topside, we are seeing Shen put into the death realm here. He's been sliced up by the mallets being dropped on him. He is going to use the Q, but the armor coming out from the Mordekaiser as Glacial Prism is going to land here, and Shen may get away with his life, but he's walking back into the W from the Mord, and Sedge gets the kill, but that realistically should not have been a trade for 1-for-1. That is so unlucky. Obviously, Shen wanted to try and get himself the assist, so I get why he went back in. But Sedge, at that point, had probably already won that fight, and the W should have realistically been expected, as we are seeing yet again Mad, because topside, obviously there's a trade in top laners there, and obviously Gilius will have had to abase because he got taken so low. It does mean that this topside map is Mads, who can just get this free Herald, and they'll probably go drop this mid and get the turret there. But yep, fans think that Gilius is the better Lee Sin of the two. As a whole, I would say Shadow is, but obviously Gilius has been this shining star in the Schalke lineup, I would say, as a whole, because he has just gotten them so far back into this season. Like, you remember how Schalke were down 0-9 or 0-8. I forget how bad it was, but it was very bad. They had lost almost every game in the first half of the split, as we may see Corki caught out here. Obviously, the wards there will have spotted Corki walk back into the brush, and realistically no play for Madlions to find there. Sedge, though, may have caught out Oromne, and he could get out of this. Realistically, he is going to put the mallet down, but he is going to be hit here by the Sedge, and hit by Ari. She is locked up. Obviously, Sedge has been put into Death Realm. Flash from Gilius has been used, and he's taking so much damage here. He may trade his life yet again. This could be a 1-for-1 trade yet again. Maybe not. Mordekaiser uses a sweep to get away, but Bard, though, he's being hunted down by the Tom Kench. Corki is looking to fire in some rockets to kill him off. The lovely cosmic binding from Bard keeps himself alive there. And that is just a clean 1-for-0 trade there, as the top lane turret falls as well, thanks to the Herald play from the Shadow. But yeah, Mordekaiser is getting very strong. He's got 2 1-on-1 as his KDA. He's got a 150 gold bounty, and he's on his way with that Nash's Tooth to probably his Liandry's as his second item. He is not building tanky, let's just be honest. This is going to be a full damage Mordekaiser, which realistically is beneficial, I guess. Obviously, if you want to burst down these big, bulky carries. And considering the fact they're very, very strong, and there will be lifesteal coming out from the Ashe, I would love the Liandry second. Obviously, he has got the one piece of the Liandry's, the mask, I forget what it's called. But, he's picked that up, and will realistically get that in the very distant future if Schalke keep gifting him kills. But third Drake has spawned here. Obviously, Abadage has got package, meaning that Mad realistically can't dive into chokeholds without Abadagi, using the package to section them off or burn them to a crisp, as we are going to see the Drake started off here by Schalke. It's burnt down Temper Fate as Volibear jumps over the wall with the Blazcone. It's going to be a 1v1 smite fight, and Gilius is going to win that smite fight, and Volibear is stuck in the back of the pit. He is forced to ult over, but LeBlanc just dives straight into the loving arms of Schalke. He's going to burst down half of the team, and Kazi is looking to kill off Shen, who's trying to kill the Bard, who's trying to get through his portal, but he gives the pathway for Shen to try and chase down Kalista. Flash over the wall from Corgi is going to secure the kill here, and LeBlanc, you're in the wrong place here, baby. Similarly, Corgi and Shen are in the wrong place here. Chains are going to land onto Shen, and there's the Valkyrie over the wall. Corgi stays alive, and that is going to be a 3 for 2 trade there in favour of Mad, but they stop the Ocean Soul. So, Temper Fate comes out, Volley Blastcone's over, and here's the thing, the package sections off 3 of the Madlions, and it's down to Volibear versus Odoamne and Gilius. They then lock him up, stun him down, and force us all out of the fight, so he cannot continue to engage. It's essentially now a 5v3, and that just means that LeBlanc can easily just jump over into the backline of Schalke and burst them out. But yeah, good play for Schalke. Realistically, they stopped the Ocean Drake stacking, and obviously it does mean that Mad need 2 more Drakes still in order to get Soul, and Schalke now just need 3 instead of the 4, so they've cut down that difference quite considerably, and realistically keep this game wide open, as the gold difference at this stage is marginally only a roughly about 700 gold difference, as Sedge's Glacial Prism is not going to land. Volibear is going to land a stun. Temper Fate is only going to land onto Neon, but that just means he's in danger as Death Realm is put onto Shen, and he's just been taken out of fight as Romney is quite far here. He's going to walk out, exhaust down by Tom Kench as TP coming in from Abadage. He's looking to re-engage this fight as he Valkyries forward. He's going to land a bit of damage, but that just forces Mad to disengage from the fight. Both teams went very ham in that fight, as no one died. They played very safe though. A lot of safety in the dive. And realistically, nothing was really gained for either team out of that. Nothing was really lost other than a few cooldowns. But now this fight becomes favourable for Schalke because they forced Mad away and they get the mid tier 1. That being said, we do see Humanoid pushing this top side, and he is probably going to get a lot of damage onto this tier 2 before Corgi actually gets to him. And that is actually mainly down to minion damage, whether or not they actually hit or not. But Midwave is pushing into the Schalke tier 1. That still is being kept alive thanks to Neon. And now it's just topside, just seeing the middle laners trading damage. As we look at the gold for all the carries here, there's 1,000 gold advantage. Well, roughly 600 for Corgi in the midwave. Topside, there's at least a 1k gold lead in advantage for the Maud. Obviously, picking up them kills gives him that. Bot side, it's fairly even, realistically, keeping about the same amount of CS and roughly the same amount of KDA. But that one advantage does advantage the Ashe slightly, so realistically there isn't too much difference, especially if you look at the items. Obviously, they both have a Doran's item, they both have their Berserker boots, they both have a Hurricane, and both have a Blade of Rune King. That being said, Humanoid may be caught out here as Volibear is going to come in here, and the Gage coming in from Corgi is just going to burst down. Humanoid, that is a dead. LeBlanc as the Ash Arrow is going to land onto Volley. He's forced for ult over the wall. Sedge is going to take the magical journey that Bard places down. But Volibear could be caught out here as the lovely Cosmic Binding is going to stop the Sedge from chasing him down. Lovely Temper Fate as well just stops the Schalke team from running him down. But Mordekaiser, though, has already hit up this tier 2 turret and is definitely going to pick this off with only the kills into the back pocket of Schalke in response. And realistically, the Mer mana stacking has finished for Corki. That is actually very pivotal in terms of this champion's burst damage, as we saw in the last fight. He pretty much 1v1 soloed LeBlanc, but he did have a little help from Sedge, and guess what's spawned now? It's the Ocean Drake, everyone's favourite Drake, and Mad do not want to stop it as the package is going to come through. It puts Corki into death realm though, and re-engage coming in from Mad. The Callista is going to lock up get a lot of stacks into the Tahm Kench, and there's a trade of kills though between Corki and Maud. And realistically now, it is going to be facing the junglers facing off here into the Drake as Volibear flashes over a wall. He's looking to try and smite this, but they're not focusing down the Drake as Ashe kills off Shadow and Gilius smites the second Drake. Mad are getting put behind here as Schalke are stacking up the Drakes. They picked up the last two, and the objectives are becoming Schalke favoured. The Ashe is getting online as well. As we look at the goal difference in that bot side, yeah, Ashe is ahead. Bot lane, though, is very even in terms of CS, but Ashe is now ahead with that extra kill. Mid lane, there's at least 2k, and that's from the Corki. And he died in that last fight. Yikes. That's all I have to say, is the carries on Schalke are online. And they're in that stage of the game that's going to be very hard to deal with, as LeBlanc is midway through her death cap. Obviously, she has the 2 needlesslies, but she realistically has not got that final pickup, and will honestly have a bit of an issue in terms of actually getting that, because that is 1,100 gold. She is going to need to actually complete that, and that does take quite a while to do. And he is backing right now. Maybe he is going to pick up the death cap from his back. There we go. That is a good thing, as we are going to see Corki throwing down rockets into Maud. We may see the engage here as the Ashe Arrow is not going to land, but the Abyssal Voyage is going to take Tahm Kench into this fight. They're looking to kill off Maud here as he puts Corki into Death Realm. He is looking to run him down, but Corki will just kill him off in that fight. As we look towards the bottom side, LeBlanc has caught out Neon, but the re-engage is coming in from Schalke as Sedge is going in. Gilius is looking to fight here. LeBlanc, though, is going to dissuade them, as here comes a splash taunt from Shen is going to lock up LeBlanc, but she manages to distort over the wall, and now it's just Schalke looking to push in this wave as the chains are going to land on Shen. He gets gobbled up by Dreams, who eats him with Tahm Kench's Devour, and now it's just Schalke winning the fights across the map, and they're going to now take a lot of the jungle from Mad. I don't realistically think they can turn to Baron with Shadow alive, but Schalke are becoming very, very unstoppable, and they're starting to snowball this game out of Madlions' hands. But interesting to note in that last fight was the fact that Oromne's Maud, who's been so dominant so far in this game, winning out 1v1s with Sedge and Shen, realistically just got bodied by the Corki. And that is a huge thing to note, because Abadage is online, and realistically a Maud versus Corki, who realistically is at her the Maud's at its power spike with the Liandries, is gonna probably lose that 1v1 to a Trinity Force Mer Mana Phantom Dancer Corki, who can essentially deal with him in a 1v1. As we look midway, Bard maybe looking to engage here with Shadow, but Shen is going in. He's gonna get caught out here maybe. No taunt though coming out from Shen, and the Blast Cone gets popped. We may see another fight here. Shen and Sedge are there, but Drake spawns in 1 minute 20. No point in fighting if you're Mad here. You want to secure that Drake. You just want to get as much vision as possible, and at this point, I'd expect Schalke to make their backs right now to actually get the gold, in order to obviously get some vision tools, as the Ashe Arrow is going to be fired. It is going to land on Shadow. The Abyssal Voyage is going to come through, and the Glacial Prism just locks up Volibear, and because he is dead, we could see Gilius start up this Baron and jungler down on the Mad side. No smite means that there's no real contest here, as Mad just turns straight to the Baron. This may be contested here as Mordekaiser has roamed up here. TP is going to come in from Corki, but he is just running him down. The Bard is in danger here as he just gets hit by the package, and there's a Shen coming in with him, but LeBlanc's on the wrong side of this fight as the rocket is going to land. Ash is just running him down. That's a second kill in this fight. That is Schalke baiting the Baron, forcing Mad to respond, and they're going to now get this Ocean Drake in 13 seconds. Gilius is going to clear out the Raptor pick, and this is Schalke playing the map better than Mad. Something that we don't normally say because Mad are probably one of the best at playing the map. Rogue, though, are the team that cheats the map. Mad are the team that plays the map. And Mad are being outplayed by Schalke. That being said, Schalke do give up pressure around the Baron for the third Drake, their sole point Drake. And that just means that Mad get a bit of vision. They're not going to start that up as they are in the part of the game where they need to recall, get their items, as we do see the Spirit Visage picked up by Maud. He's coming back out onto the map with the LeBlanc, who has got for herself a Blasting Wand, but obviously Sedge now is at that point in the game. She becomes very unkillable with that Warmogs, with that Cinderhulk, and looking at the gold difference across the board, 2k in the top lane advantage for Omne as Death's Dance has been picked up by Kalista. There's still a very even bot lane. Mid lane is where the gold difference is at. 13k to 10k. LeBlanc is behind 3k gold. That is a huge thing to say, considering the fact that Schalke Abadage has had quite a quiet season, I'll be honest. He hasn't been the standout player on the Schalke team, and he has been quite consistent and quietly consistent. And it's been down to him in this Super Week how well Schalke have been playing, as we do see LeBlanc landing chains here. She's just going to distort back to where she started, obviously without the chains rooting down Sedge. But realistically now, if we look at the game as a whole, it's going to be just ARAM mostly, where they're pushing down mid, both teams trying to get pressure for the Baron pit. As they just push out top and the mid, that means that you probably get a chance to push into the river, get yourself protected and get some vision down. As we look at the vision being cleared out here by Sedge, obviously she's looking for wards as this bot wave tier 1 is still alive. 30 minutes into the game, Schalke has got sitting gold on a map that they haven't taken yet. And realistically, there's a reason why it hasn't been taken, because obviously if you show bot wave and you don't have TP, you give up pressure around Baron. And as such, realistically, they don't want to go there. Hence why we only see Shen going down there now, because he does have TP. But obviously, Mordekaiser has TP in response, so they don't need to go back. But guess what Corki is going to back for? I.e., he has a lot of gold in his back pocket there. Obviously, he was sat on a BS sword, so he had around probably 2k gold. As we look at the damage for the entire game, Abadage, 24k damage is essentially the same as the mid and the ADC from the Madlions side combined. You have to realize that when you're doing that much damage, you're outplaying your laners. As we look at mid lane, Kalista had to use her cleanse in that picture by picture as LeBlanc just gets chunked down to death, as Temper Fate is not going to be used here as the TP from the Mordekaiser comes to the backline. as he is put into the death realm and he's forced to put into status. Maud is more than likely going to die here, as Gilius is going to be traded off by the Callista. Tempfey is not going to land onto anyone, but Maud is looking to chase down Ash. She is just going to dodge and dive away the rockets from Corki. You're going to land here. Volibear re-engages. He is going to lock up the Ash and kill him off. And this is just Callista versus the Shen, and Shen is narrowly keeping himself alive, but the Corgi, that's the Quadra! He's not going to get a Penta, as Humanoid is just going to walk away, keeping himself alive. And Aberdage went off in that fight. Wow. But here's the thing. No objectives. This is just fighting for the hell of it. And we watch this again. We look at this mid-wave. Ash versus Callista. The Ash Arrow land forces a cleanse. Now we come up top. Corki and Sedge on a lonesome, as LeBlanc goes straight into Corki and gets absolutely demolished. Gilius then tries to run him down. Magical Journey, and then the Volibear looking to kill him off. Top side of the fight, on the right hand side, Maud's put into status and then is just forced to try and kill TK. Puts him into Death Realm, and because of that, it's very easy. Callista kills off Sedge by stacking up the Ren stacks, and then it's just easy Corki kills coming through with the Shen protecting him. Anyway, because of that, it's now Soul Ocean Drake. And this is the point where Mad either have to play do or die. Volibear gets killed. No, he's put into status, and the package is put down. This is Mad now winning this game as they secure the Ocean Soul, and this is Ash going into this fight. That is 3 kills already. Maud is trying to look to kill off the Sedge, but that is game. That is Schalke acing Madlions in that fight, and Mad, oh my, this is them being crushed by the team who have made the miracle run. This is such an insane game. Schalke have turned up to win. They need Fnatic or XL to lose in order to make playoffs. Spoiler alert, they do. But this is Schalke beating the Lions, beating the top teams, winning in incredible fashion. And that is amazing, considering how bad of an early game they had. And wow, look at them celebrating in style after completing this run. 3-0 in the final week, the super week, and now they have playoffs to look forward to, and hopefully they turn up. And look at the distraught on the Madlions' faces. You have to feel bad for them, as they may have lost the world's place that they had. Jeez. It feels so good if you're Schalke. Feels so bad if you're Mad. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here if you want to. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.